Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Faith. Today we're going to be looking at how to sew this trouser. In our previous classes, we've been learning how to draft different method of drafting a basic trouser. So today we're going to be looking at how to cut and how to join and sew everything together in order to arrive at this trouser. So if you're interested, please stay tuned and watch till the end. So we're going to be working with a pattern which we have worked on from the previous class, and we have all our pattern set ready. We have the front and back trouser block, and then we have our pocket bag, pocket facing, and our band. So I'll be working with this crepe fabric. It's 3 yards, and next, I'm going to be placing my front pattern on it, and then I'll be cutting out the front trouser block. Alright guys, so this is it. I've placed my front pattern on it, and on the side there I added 1 inch, then ½ inch all around, and on the hem of the trouser I added 2 inches. So I'll just cut this out now, and when I'm done cutting this, I'll also place the back trouser block and add all the necessary allowance also, and then I'll be cutting it out. Okay guys, so this is the back block, and likewise the same way I've added all the necessary allowances. 1 inch for the side, 2 inches for the hem, and ½ inch all around. So this is me cutting it out now. Alright guys, so this is the other accessories, the pocket facing, the pocket bag, and waistband. Now for the waistband, we'll be cutting 4 pieces each, and that's because we're going to be using the same fabric to line the band also. Okay, so guys, I'm done cutting, and this is all the pattern set that we have. Okay, now for the zipper fly, I had 3 pieces, and then this is me notching that. You want to do that so that when you want to join, it will be easy for you to just match them up and join. And then also you are supposed to measure the length of the dart so that when you remove your pattern paper from it, you'll be able to know the exact length that you have and that you're supposed to sew. Okay guys, so this is me notching the center back of my band, because I'm going to be joining that part together, so I want to know that. And then for my for my front band, I decided to notch the side front. That's because I'm going to be joining the side front to the side back. So I just want to know all the sides that I'm supposed to join. Okay guys, so next thing now will be for us to start sewing. And here I decided to measure the length of our zipper fly. If you remember, it was 7 inches, and then I added ½ inch to the side to give us 2.5 there. Now the next thing will be for me to cut out the pocket area. If you notice, I've not cut out that pocket area yet, and that's because I want to use the pocket facing itself to do that. So we have already added same allowance to the pocket facing, so I'm just going to fold the allowance out so that I can place it on that line where I have that my pocket line there. Can you see the way I just marked them up now? So I'll use the pocket facing now as a guide and then cut out my pocket. Okay, So now if your pattern paper, if it's of no use to you, you can cut that side off. But if you still want to make use of it, you can just fold it in just like I did just now. And then you can now trace it out like this and cut out. Okay, so we have that cut there already. Next will be some necessary places that we need to place some notches, and is around that pocket area. Now the reason for these notches is so that we can have a clean finish on the pocket area. You wouldn't want your pocket to be bulging out, like to be opening out when you're done sewing. So in order for us to have that clean finish, we added 1 inch allowance on the side, so you want to put a notch on that side, and then on the side also you're going to go down by half an inch, and then you also put another notch there. This is because when we are sewing the pocket facing, we are not supposed to sew into that allowance, so that we can have a clean pocket finish. Okay, and then on the waistline also, where we have that half an inch allowance also, you want to create that notch, you want to put that notch there on both sides also. Don't forget to notch your dart and to also measure it. So from here now, next thing will be for us to start sewing. And don't forget to serge also, please. Alright guys, now I want to cut hairstay for my band, and yes, your band need interfacing so that it can be firm. So that is why I want to cut the interfacing. My hairstay is already on 4-fold. So once I cut once, I'm going to have 4 pieces already. Okay guys, so this is our front pattern, and this is the pocket side, and this is the crotch depth. Now we're going to start by sewing down the crotch on half an inch. If you remember when we were drafting, we measured our zipper fly to be 7 inches, but for my zipper I'm going to be using 6.5. So my zipper is going to be 6.5 inches long. Though I'm still going to be sewing everything down, I will just measure out that 6.5 there, but I will still sew from the waistline to the end of the crotch. The only thing will be that on the waistline, I'm not going to backstitch. I will not backstitch because I'm still going to lose it up later. So when I sew to the 6.5, that's when I'm going to backstitch and then sew to the end of the crotch. So I'll keep this aside and come with the back pattern. I will repeat the same thing, but this time around I'm going to backstitch from the waist because I'm not putting a zipper at the back. So I'll sew these two and come back now. I'm done sewing, and this is the front. Next thing we're going to be doing is to sew our dart down. So all you need to do now is to put the notches together. You see, that is why it's necessary for you to make those notches then when I was emphasizing it. So all you need to do is just put them together, and then you mark out the length. For my front, I have the length to be 3 inches. So I'll do this for both sides of the trouser, the front pattern, and then sew them down. And then for the back, I think the length is 4 inches. Yes, the length was 4 inches, so I'll do the same thing for both the front and the back. Now I'm done sewing and I want to show you one trick in sewing your dart. You can back stitch on the waistline, but where your dart ends, please don't back stitch. All you need to do is just leave some strand of thread, and then you separate the strand and then you just tie it there. Use the strands to create a knot there, and then you just cut it off so that you can have a clean and seamless finish there. Okay, so you repeat the same thing for the back, please. Now the next thing is we are moving to our pocket, and we're going to be starting with our pocket facing. Okay, so now please make sure you have right side facing right side, and then you just place it on it like so. Please note that this is a trouser and you're going to be working with a lot of pin, so you want to have your pins ready. You need to do lots and lots of pinning. Okay, so now to sew down our pocket facing, you're not going to start from the tip of the waistline. Your sewing will start from where we have that half-inch notch there, and then you stop at where we have the 1-inch knot. So that's what you're going to do for both sides. You start from the half-inch notch we have on the waistline, and then you stop before the 1-inch we have on the side. So I will join this now and come and show you. Alright guys, can you see? So you want to put in some notches around there so that when you flip it over, it can relax. So when you do this, you want to go and press it out. This is trouser, you need to do lot and lot of pressing also. A lot of the time, some issues we have with fittings is because we don't press as we sew. Alright, so I'm done notching, and then I'll just flip it over like this. And then you see that side where I notched, you're just going to pull it out like so. Can you see? And then you do the same thing for the waistline also. You pull them out. That's because those sides are not supposed to go inside. This is what will make your pocket to relax, and it won't be pulling out again when you are done and you put on this trouser. So I'm going to take it now to the ironing table. I will press it out, and when I'm done pressing and I see that it is well relaxed, I will go ahead and add a hemming gum to secure it and keep it in place. Don't put your hemming gum before you iron it for the first time. Iron it first and see how flat it lays and how neat it is. Then you can now go ahead and secure it with your hemming gum so that it doesn't pull out. But if you put your hemming gum immediately now, it secures it, and even if it's not neat, there is nothing you can do about it. Alright guys, can you see? I've pressed it out and I think I like what I have now. It's well laid and it's looking flat. So I will go ahead now and then secure it with my hemming gum. Can you see how the pocket is laying flat on the body of the trouser block? So I will secure with hemming gum now and come back. Okay guys, so I've added my hemming gum to it already, and that secures that place. It won't pull out anymore. Next thing will be for me to come with my pocket bag, and this is quite easy. All you have to do is just to align it with your pocket facing like so, and That's all. So you, those side there, all you have to do now is to pin them. Please note that you are not pinning it to the trouser itself. So you pick the pocket bag and the pocket facing, then you pin them together, and you're going to be sewing it also on 1/2 inch round that curve there to the side of the trouser. So that's all that is required of you for the pocket bag. Now I just want to pin that place just to keep it secured and to stay in one place. Okay. Now the other side is the same process also. You just place it the same way and you pin and then you sew. That's all that is required for your pocket bag. Okay, so I decided to flip it over and see how well it laid. So can you see how flat and neat it looks? So please ensure you have the same look. You can see the pocket area is very flat. So I'll go and join that sewing now and come back. So guys, I'm done with that. Next thing will be for us to install our zipper and our zipper fly and zipper shield. So now I want to lose that stitch there up to the 6.5 where I marked earlier. That was the reason why I said you shouldn't back stitch, so that it will be easy for you to lose it out. If you back stitch, it will become difficult. Okay. Alright, so I've loosed up to that point, and you can see I have my 6.5 mark there. Now next thing is on that point where you have that mark, that 6.5, after losing, the next thing you want to do is to notch that part. Put a notch there. You want to notch pretty close, but please make sure you don't cut through it. Okay, that notch makes it easier for you to fix your zipper. So now you come with one of your zipper fly, and you can basically use any side of the trouser. Then you want to continue that your stitch where the 6.5 stopped. You continue that stitch and run it through. Now you want to use that crease line there. You know we had a stitch there before we lose, so we'll have a mark there. So you just use that line to sew it there. Alright guys, so I've sewn it and I've also pressed it. Can you see? Now when you sew, you want to make sure that that point is very neat and you don't have any squeeze or whatever there. Now you come with your zipper, and then now the trick is you want to make sure that your zipper fly there covers your zip entirely. Your zip is not supposed to be visible on the outside, so just make sure that you cover it completely. And when you are pinning it to just that zipper fly. You're not pinning it to the trouser itself. Just pin to the zipper fly. Remember that the trick is it should cover your zipper completely so that you can have that clean look there. Your zipper is not supposed to be showing on the outside. Okay. Now when fixing your zipper, you are supposed to come down by half an inch. That's so that you can be able to fix your band properly. So here I realized that I didn't go down by half an inch. So I will still remove it and come down by that half inch. This is so that you don't have any difficulty when you want to fix your band. Okay, so this is where I came down by the 0.5, and then I'll fix my zipper all over again. Remember that the trick is your zipper is not supposed to be outside. It's not supposed to be seen on the outside. So your zipper fly should cover your zipper completely. Now, as you do this, you want to always cross check. When you fix this now, just turn it over, keep it well, and see that you have it as you desire, and then that's when you continue. This part does not require you to rush. You can see that when I did that, I arranged it again to see what I will have before proceeding to the next one. Now the next thing you're supposed to do is unzip. You want to open up the zip, and then the other side you are going to fix it to the right side of the other side, like so. You can see, you see now that I've turned it back to the right side. Then I'm going to also come down by half an inch there, and then I'll pick that other side of the zipper, and then we already have that crease line there, that half an inch line where we sewed earlier. That line will just be your guide, and then you fix the other side of the zipper to it. Okay, so I'm done, and again I want to cross check and see that I have it neatly done. If it's not neat, then that means I'll have to redo it, but I think this is fine, this is okay. So I'll move forward and continue. Now the next thing will be for me to come with my zipper shield, and for that I have two pieces, and what I want to do now is to sew that curved side. I will sew it, then turn it over and bring it. I just want to neaten that side. Okay, alright guys, so can you see I've sewn that side now. Now you are going to fix it this way to that other side. This is like your zipper will be in between, yes, between the trouser and your zipper shield. Okay, so this is how you fix it. The thing is, it's just for you to do all this, and then when you are through now, the next thing is just to take it to your sewing machine and then just sew everything together. Now you use this 1/2 inch here as a guide for this, and then you sew close to the zip for the other side. Okay guys, can you see? So I'm done running those stitch, and you can see how our zipper look. Can you see our zipper shield? Okay, so this is what you are expected to have if you follow the process carefully and correctly. This is how it should look. Okay, so now we're supposed to have a line there. So I'll be using 1 inch as a guide for my own. So I'll just mark that out now, create that curve when I'm close to the end there, and then I will sew it down. Please note that when you are sewing this, you're not supposed to sew it with your zipper shield. It's when you're getting to the end, close to the end of where you have that curve there, that you will sew the zipper shield a little. You can see, I'm trying to tell you here that you're supposed to remove your zipper shield when you want to do that sewing there. Don't sew your zipper shield. But when you get to the end where you have that curve there, you just sew it a little just to keep the zipper shield in place there. If you sew it too high, you find it difficult to zip down. Alright guys, so can you see? This is what we have on the outside. And when you flip it over, this is how it looks. Can you see? So our zipper shield is covering our zipper there. Can you see? Okay guys, so when I unzip now, this is how it looks. Can you see? So it's that easy if you follow the process correctly. Okay, so now I'll set this aside now and come with the back. I just want to show us how we can create a double welt pocket for the back. So this is the back. I just cut haystay there, and I just have to place it there just to give support to that part. Now we are using that as a guide there. So from the waistline I came down by 2 inches, and then where I have that seam line for my dart, that's where I'm using as my center point. So from that place I came out by 2 inches, and then on the other side also I mark another 2 inches. This is because your welt pocket is supposed to be 4 inches wide. It shouldn't be wider than that. That's the standard. So now I came down by 0.5 inch just to create that rectangular box there. I want to create a rectangular box. Now when I have that box, I'll further divide it into 2. So that's 0.5 divided by 2, which is going to be 0.25. So I'll mark out that line there also. Now all I need to do now is to run a stitch on the outer part. Okay, sorry, this is the fabric I cut for the welt pocket. This is like the easiest method of fixing welt pocket that I know. So it's 6.5 inches wide and 12 inches long. Okay, so all you need to do is just right side facing right side, and then you just place that, your trouser on it. like so. Okay, so I decided to put a notch on it so that I can know the midpoint. Can can you see? I just decided to put that notch there so that I won't have the fabric on one side more than on the other, just to have the midpoint. And since I use my that sewing point as my guide, so I'll just fix it there like so. So all I have to do now is to sew on the outer box. I'll run a stitch like so on the outer lines there for both sides and come back to show you what I have. Okay. Okay guys, so I've run that stitch there. Now I'll just put it together like this. Remember we have the 0.25 line in between. So on that line I'll just create a cut like so, and then I'll use that cut to open it up, and then when I'm getting to the end I'll create a rectangular form of cut there. Can you see? Alright, so it's basically the same process for the other side. I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. Now when you're done with that cutting, you just pull it out like so, and then you want to go and press it out. Then you repeat the same process for the other one. Press it very well so that it can lay flat. Alright guys, can you see? So I've done that and I've pressed them. Can you see how they look? So I have my welt pocket opening there. Now on I'll now pick up my welt pocket, that fabric there that I have now. On that end of the 0.5 there, I'll pick what I have there, just raise it up so that it can just cover that opening, so that it can just lay on top like so. Can you see? Can you see how it looks on the outside? So you have your welt pocket there already. I just want to make sure that it aligns properly and that the both sides are straight. You want to make sure that you are picking the same amount of fabric and that it lays straight, so that you won't have one side covered and then you have another side that it's not properly covered. You just want to make sure you have it equal. Okay. Okay, so you're going to repeat the same process also for the second side. And when you are okay with what you have, all you have to do is just to pick up the remaining end at the end and just take it up to the waist, and then you run a stitch on the sides like so. Can you see? Making sure that you pick all the fabric by the side, all the allowance you have by the side. And then if you like, you can create a top stitch on the top there, on the outside, but I won't be doing that. Alright guys, so can you see our welt pocket? It's very easy. This is like the easiest I've come across so far. Okay, so now that we have this, we're going to come with the front and then just place it on top. Now we are going to be pinning the sides together, making sure that they are equal. And then you pin all the way down. Okay, so just make sure you pin and that the sides are all equal. Now you want to do all this correctly because there are sometimes some people have issues with trouser legs not being equal, probably because it wasn't aligned properly. So you want to make sure of that. Now the next thing will be for us to input our waist measurement. Remember we added one inch seam allowance on both on the sides, but because this pattern already has allowance because of the how accurate it is, you want to check if you have any excess, and if you want your trouser fitted, you want to get rid of those extra excess allowance. Now remember I came down by 1.5 for our band, so that is why I came down there in order to arrive at the hip line. So my hip measurement is 41. So 41 divided by 2 will give us 20.5. You want to stretch out a little, so that's what I'm just doing there. And then whatever you have as your excess, you're going to divide it by 2 and then you put it on both sides of the side. So I have 2 inches there, and then so that will be 1 inch on both sides. I'll connect this to the waistline. Now I don't want to measure my crotch. If you like, you can measure your thigh to see if it's okay for you, but I don't want my trouser that fitted, so there's no need for that. Also remember to align your inseam there on the crotch there. Make sure that those two seam line aligns. Okay, so we're going to be sewing both sides, and then on the inseam also we are going to be sewing by half an inch all the way up and all the way down, like so. Okay, so I'm going to do that now and come back. Alright, can you see? Our trouser is already looking beautiful. So can you see how it looks? So I'll set this aside now and come with the band. Now I'll be starting with the center back. Remember, on the center back we are supposed to be joining them on 1/2 inch. So I'll join for the 2 band and we'll come back to continue. Okay guys, so this is it. I've joined and I also pressed out. Next is for me to come with the front. Remember, we notched the side front, and that's because we are supposed to join the side front to the side back. So I'll match them like this, and then we're going to take out our allowance. Now remember that whatever you use for your waistline on the trouser is what you're going to be using on the dart. For me, my waistline on the trouser was 1.25, so which is what I'm taking out now. If you take anything less, the band is going to be bigger than the waist of the trouser, and you wouldn't want that. So whatever you take out from the trouser will be the same thing you take out on the band. Now I'll repeat the same thing for the second one, then go ahead and sew them down, and then we'll come back. Alright guys, so this is it. Can you see? We have our band now in one piece, and then we have 2. So the next thing now is you want to match up those seam lines. Make sure that they align properly. That's what will give you will give your trouser a professional and clean look. So make sure that they all align. Okay. Now next thing will be for us to sew the waist area of the band and also the center front. So from this side here you want to go up by 0.5, then you sew on 1/2 inch all round, and then you stop at 0.5 here also. So I'll do that now, turn it over, press it, and come and show you. Okay guys, so this is it. Now you want to notch those edges and trim very close, and then on the waist also you want to put notches all round so that when you turn it will be neat and looking good. Can you see? This is the band. Alright, now where I stopped that 1/2 inch, I folded it inside all around the band. Now I'll pick my center back on the trouser and center back on my waistband. Pin. Now you want to make sure that all those seam lines are lined properly. Okay, like the center back aligns, the side aligns also. Okay. Alright, so this is how you do it, and then you sew. Okay, so this is it guys. Can you see? I've sewn it, and then that side that I folded in, now you want to push in your seam allowance and then cover it up like so. You want to pin. If pin works for you, you can pin down all the way. Another trick is that you can put hemming gum in between, and then you press it down so that you have it secured, and then before you run that stitch. Okay. Alright guys, so this is our trouser. Can you see? And this is, can you see how it looks neat? Can you see? Now you know your band is supposed to extend into your zipper shield, right? And then that other side, I just decided to leave it as an overlap there. But if you don't want that, you can just cut it out and sew it back, just knitting it like this is also fine, but I want mine to have that flap there, so that's why I left it. So guys, this is it. Next will be the hem, and I've folded mine on 2 inches and I've knitted it out. I did that with the help of hemming gum. I don't want to sew it. You can sew yours if you wish. And this is the back. Can you see? Can you see how our trouser looks neat and fine? Alright guys, so this is our trouser. I decided to pair it with this crop jacket. Looks beautiful. So thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.